galaxy, a beautiful day for a Jedi. Are you of the dark? Are you of the light? It's a galactic day on this beautiful world, a galactic day for a Jedi. Would you be light? Could you be dark? I have always wanted to know a Jedi just like you. I've always wanted to live in a galaxy with you. So, let's make the most of this Force blessed day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be light? Could you be light? Won't you be my Jedi? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be a Jedi?
Well, hello there, younglings. Oh, the Force is with us today. Let's head to the mess. Come on.
Ooh, that looks delicious. That looks even... Chopper, old friend. Why, I haven't seen you in a Gungan's age. You're here to pick up the cargo? I didn't know you were working on a cargo freighter. What's that? It's actually, you're actually working undercover for the Rebel Alliance, smuggling cargo and people out of the galaxy? That sounds dangerous and exciting. How can I help? Oh, you're right. I suppose there isn't much I can do if it's too dangerous, because I have to take care of all these younglings. True. But if you're smuggling species, or if your crew needs it, I could probably feed them. In fact, just bring them here for dinner. Especially if they're Rebel Alliance. Although, if they're Imperial, I should probably feed them too, just to keep up appearances, so no one gets suspicious. What's that? You have someone you're smuggling tonight? What's his name? BJ Whimpey? I know BJ. Oh, he's amazing. Tell him to come to dinner. Actually, why don't you take him to the Mach 1 bar first to meet Doc and have a drink, and that'll give me time to come up with a good recipe, something special just for him. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Oh, no, don't worry. I'll call Ruby and let her know that you're on your way. All right. Thanks for the special delivery, Chopper. May the Force be with you.
Since today's guest is so special, I thought I'd make a very special dinner. Duraslug rolls. For the recipe, you're going to need mayonnaise, lemon juice, basil, garlic salt, celery seed, black pepper, and 1 pound of Duraslug, which is sometimes hard to find, so you can substitute lobster. Fully cooked, cut into 1-inch pieces. You start by mixing your mayonnaise, lemon juice, basil, garlic salt, celery seed, and black pepper in a bowl, then mix in your Duraslug, making sure to coat each piece with your mixture. Set your mixture aside and grill 4 split-top brioche buns. Place some unsalted butter in your pan and spread the same over the inside of the buns and grill them on a medium heat until golden brown on the inside. I know when people hear slugs, they think that's not very appetizing, but Duraslug, which is native to Coruscant, is a species of massive gastropods that feed off the Duracrete stones. If you can get past how ugly these armored creatures are, I promise their meat is delicious. It was a delicacy at the Jedi Academy that we made for visiting dignitaries and BIG, very important guests. With the leftovers, I would make these delicious sandwiches for the younglings. Let's just say there weren't any leftovers of these rolls. You can garnish this with chopped chives and a Runen lemon slice, but that might be a bit too fancy as a garnish for the younglings. Put your slugs on each bun and serve. Delicious.
ObiMom Kenobi, as I live and breathe.
It's ObiMom.
How are you, General?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Listen, sweetie, I'm sending some friends over for a drink or two while I make dinner for them tonight, okay? You're welcome to come. Bring your whole crew,
Mission
all
received,
right?
General.
There's going to be plenty. All right,
I stand
thanks.
at
We'll
the
see
ready.
you later.
Give me the word.
Welcome home, Wayfarer. Now, I know this isn't your home, but it's where you find yourself at the moment, so you might as well make yourself at home. You find yourself in the Mach 1 sober bar. I'm Captain Ruby Solo. My friends call me Doc. And what can I call you, Wayfarer? And what pronouns do you prefer?
Nice to meet you, Doc. I go by BJ. I prefer he. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, all right. Good to know. Excellent. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the Mach 1 bar. You see, we're very special. We're a sober bar. We don't serve anything with alcohol, only mocktails. And we don't have a menu. You answer me 3 questions, and I will make the perfect mocktail for you. Then, after I have made your mocktail and you've enjoyed it, you don't pay me with credits. No, I have you pay me with a story. Now, I know what you're going to say. You may not have a story to tell, but I promise you, everyone has a story to tell. I even have questions I can ask you to get you started. Question number 1, light or dark?
Oh, probably more on the light, yeah.
All right, good to know. Second question, of these 3 flavor profiles, which one do you prefer? Sweet, bitter, or spicy?
Probably sweet, for sure.
All right. And last but not least, if you could live anywhere in the galaxy, where would it be? And what would the climate be like?
Oh, there's so many great planets and places, but I've always been really drawn to Naboo. I think it's just lovely there, and like I love the culture, and I've always imagined Naboo with like a light rainstorm, you know, just a light sprinkle, nice fresh summer or spring air, something like that.
I know the perfect mocktail for you. Let me get it started. Now that you've enjoyed your mocktail, my friend, it's time for you to tell your story. So, tell me who you are, tell me what you do, tell me where you're from, tell me what you know.
Well, I'm from a galaxy far, far away from here, a little blue planet named Earth. I am located in a tiny little settlement called Ogden, Utah. A beautiful, beautiful city, lots of history, good theater scene, which is very important for me because I'm an actor. I've been, a performer and an actor since I was pretty young. My very first musical I was ever in was The Music Man. It was when I was 8 or 9 years old. But even before that, I've loved entertaining people, making people smile and laugh. It's what I love. Music is such a beautiful way to convey emotion, and I love when I get the chance to sing and be in a musical. However, I will say I'm more of an actor than a singer. And so a really good, meaty acting part, I love to sink my teeth into that and take it and make it my own. When I was very young, my mother used to make our Halloween costumes. That's a holiday that we have on my planet where we dress up like different spooks and specters or any other character that you want. Mm-hmm. And my mother, when we were younger, made our costumes every single year. She was very talented at that. And one year, for some reason, I don't remember why, she was unable to complete my costume. And so she felt very bad about it, took me to the store, and this was very close to Halloween. And she said, you can go pick any costume you want, you know, and the pickings were a little slim. And so I remember like looking at the costumes and not really like being inspired or wanting to be any of them, you know, being a kid and being disappointed. And my mom pulled one off the rack and said, ooh, look at this. Don't you want to be Darth Vader? And I looked at her and I'm like, Mom, who's Darth Vader? And my mother, I love her so much, but she is not a fantasy sci-fi person at all. And so she's like, well, you know, Darth Vader, he's like a robot, and he's like he's really strong. And you know, I looked at the picture on the package, and I'm like, yeah, he looks cool, like a cool robot guy. Yeah, I'll be a cool robot guy. And so we ended up buying that Darth Vader costume, and then we went home, and my mother, you know, went to my father and like Jay, BJ doesn't know who Darth Vader is. The first time in his life, then and since then, he felt like a failure as a father, that his son didn't know who Darth Vader was. So he ended up having to go to his parents' house and borrow the VHS tapes of Star Wars. And so I think it was closer to Thanksgiving when we ended up sitting down and watching Star Wars. Mm-hmm. From the very first scrawl of learning about your galaxy far, far away, I was hooked. From the moment the music started playing, the opening scrawl started coming, like I was like, oh, what's going on? What is this? I'm so like the music itself, again, this probably relates to my theater. It grabbed my heart and I felt it. After that, we got to see robots, C-3PO and R2-D2, and then Darth Vader comes on screen. You know, that classic coming through the smoke, stepping onto the Antiv 4, and my eyes just lit up, and I was in it to win it, and from then on, I was just excited. And I remember the first movie ended, and I was telling my dad how amazing it was and how much I liked that movie, and he told me, you know, oh, there's 2 more of them, and so then I was even more excited. You know, there's going to be 2 more of these. and yeah, so then shortly thereafter, you know, I think the following week we watched Empire. Following after that, we watched Return of the Jedi. And yeah, that was kind of my initial that I recall being introduced to Star Wars. However, after watching Return of the Jedi, I like, oh yeah, Ewoks. I saw a movie about Ewoks. So technically, my introduction to Star Wars was watching Caravan of Courage, the Ewok made-for-TV movie. Although I love Caravan of Courage. It's so great. Oh, actually, and Battle for Endor as well. They're great movies. I love them. But Star Wars, bam, that was when I was with my father and my family after being Darth Vader and not knowing who he was. Stories and the history from this galaxy, they resonate with me, and so many of the characters just live in my heart and in my mind, and it's beautiful. I love it.
Who is your favorite being in the entire galaxy?
My favorite is Luke Skywalker. Mm-hmm. I just love his journey, especially in the original trilogy of going from, you know, clueless farm boy to hero of the rebellion and Jedi Knight. It's just really beautiful, and the continuation of hope within him, even when faced with darkness, with Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader breathing down his neck, hope shines through in everything he does.
Who is your least favorite being in the entire galaxy?
See, now that's so hard because I like people, and even the bad guys have good things about them. You know, I dress up like Emperor Palpatine, one of the worst people in the galaxy. So least favorite would be, I honestly, I can tell you I don't really have an answer, because there are things about every single character that I love.
What would tempt you to the dark side?
I don't know if I could officially be tempted to the dark side. You know, I'm trying to think about it. If I had the Force, if I was in this galaxy, what would I do with it? I think I'd be more mischievous than anything with the Force. You know, like just like pulling chairs out from under someone, or just like tipping things over randomly, or tapping people with the Force on their right shoulder and then standing on their left. So I don't really think I could be tempted to the dark side, mainly because I don't know. Again, that hope that's within me. So I always try to see the light and the good. And I don't think I could be officially tempted to the dark side.
And what keeps you at one with the Force?
Again, that hope and that seeing the beauty in the world around you. Sometimes like the world we live in can be very dark, and I always try to look for the good, not only to look for the good, but to be the good whenever I can. I always think kindness is one of the things that makes the galaxy amazing. And so whenever I can, try to be that kindness that I want to see more of in the galaxy. So that's what I think would probably keep me on the light.
Yeah. And what is your happiest memory from your time here in this galaxy?
Favorite moment? I've never really thought of that. In the original trilogy, in Return of the Jedi, there's the moment where Luke and Darth Vader are fighting on board the second Death Star, and Luke is like hammering away at Darth Vader with his lightsaber and ends up, chopping off one of his hands. And Darth Vader stumbles to the ground, and Luke stands above him, and the Emperor's like, good, strike him down, your journey to the dark side will be complete, all that jazz. And Luke takes a moment and looks at his father, and looks at his own robotic hand, and that moment where he closes his hand, and like looks back up at the Emperor, and throws away his lightsaber, just that. In that moment, he easily could have given in, struck Darth Vader down, this man who has caused so much pain to the galaxy at large, and to himself personally, takes that moment and goes, no, like, I'm bigger than that, I'm better than that, this is more important than that. And even says to the Emperor, like I won't do this. And at that point, he has all that black on, but it's fallen forward, and you see the white underneath, symbolizing that hope within. And such a beautiful moment. I love it. I love that moment. But there are just so many others that are just amazing. But that one, if I had to pick one, that just pops into my head.
Right. And it sounds too like you're talking about, the visualization of his hand and Darth Vader's hand being missing, that there's light in him and darkness in Luke.
Yes.
And the severity. So I like that. I think that speaks to your idea of the hope. There's always a spark in each of us. I like that.
Exactly.
I'll never turn to the dark side.
What's your favorite insult or curse?
Deg Ferrick is a great one that we got introduced to with The Mandalorian. Probably, I just assumed kiss a Wookiee. Like, that's... I can arrange that. Such a great insult. Or Leia. Leia is amazing at just the one-liners and the snark. Will someone get this walking carpet out of my way? And you came here in that? You're braver than I thought. She is the princess, the queen of snark, and I love everything that woman says.
What sound in the galaxy do you love to hear?
I love John Williams' score. The very first, when you see Star Wars on the screen, that so good, so good. But if I'm thinking of within the galaxy, nothing beats the sound of a lightsaber igniting. Something about it, just that sends tingles up your spine.
What sound in the galaxy do you hate?
I hate it, but it's great for what it is. The TIE Fighter scream. Every time I hear it, it grinds my gears a little bit, but in like the best way. That, it's so good and terrifying, but also I'm just like, ugh, it's so gross.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to try in this galaxy?
Within the galaxy, or
Within
like
the galaxy? Yes.
I'd love to be a Jedi. Like, who doesn't want to be a Jedi? Like, that'd be so cool. But I also like, I have a flair for the scoundrels as well. I love like Han Solo being a little bit of a pirate, Hondo Anaka, Lando Calrissian. Like, oh my gosh, he's so charming. Like, maybe a bit of a scoundrel on the side. Not bad, not good, just a little rough in the middle.
And I have to ask, Rebel Alliance or Imperial Empire?
If I was in a galaxy far, far away, I believe I would be on the side of the rebellion.
Of all the droids in the galaxy, which one is your favorite?
I would say R2D2. He's right up there. But honestly, droids in your galaxy are some of my favorite characters, period. I love K2SO from Andor. I guess he was from Rogue One. But R2D2, C3PO, BB-8, hit droids, battle droids, like they're all so interesting. I would love to learn more about droids and how they came to be in your galaxy. And like why you choose to have so many beautiful personalities within them. Because it's funny to relate to a robot, but man, I relate to so many robots. But if I'm boiling it down, R2D2. Again, he has the snark I love. He's heroic. Blue is one of my favorite colors, so he's got that going for him.
Any final thoughts?
Hope would be the main thing. It's such hope through adversity. I mean, we all go through different things in our life, different adversities, some bigger than others, of course, but as long as you have that hope that you can get through it, that things are going to be better, I think you can get through basically anything.
Well, Wayfarer, it has been a pleasure to get to speak to you today. I know ObiMom has dinner waiting for you, so I won't keep you, but thank you so much for stopping into the Mach 1 bar. If you ever find yourself in this part of the galaxy again, be sure to stop in and ask for Doc.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity to tell my story to you. It was great.
As a matter of fact, can I ask a small favor of you? If in your travels you happen to come across a clone trooper, this one here, by the name of Dodger, would you pass on a message for me? Would you tell him that Doc misses him very much and is waiting in this sector at the Mach 1 bar for him to come home safe?
Definitely send him your way if I ever run into him.
It's been a pleasure. Square the yard and make a fair wind homeward. Until we meet again, may the Force be with you.
Younglings, wasn't today a special day in the mess? I am so glad that you got to meet my friend BJ Whimpey. He's such a kind soul. Oh, the Force is strong with that one. I especially like what he had to say about hope, how it's important to hold on to hope, especially when you're surrounded by so much darkness. In fact, I think just a little spark of hope can ignite a whole big, huge change. A change that could probably even change the entire galaxy. And I hope that you will hold on to the fact that I love you. And I hope that that gets you through your darkest days. I can't wait to see you again next time. I'm ObiMom Kenobi, and this has been In the Mess with ObiMom. Let me give you something to hold on to until we meet again. An emotional support lightsaber and a fruit snack. As always, may the Force be with you. I don't think these fruit snacks are made from Chewy. Oof, I hope not.
It's such a good feeling to know you're a Jedi. It's such a strong feeling connecting to the light. And when you wake up ready to fly, may the Force be with you until we reunite. You'll always be welcome in the mess with me. A safe place to go where you can just be. We have differences but are one with the Force. It surrounds us, is in us, and binds the galaxy as one. I am one voice connecting you to the source. The Force is us, and we are the Force in the mess with ObiMom. I am the Force and you are the Force. We are one with the Force.
Come on, let's go.